Hi everyone, it's Bryan here. In this video, I'll show you 4 great reasons on how you can benefit from having AudioFuse Studio as the centerpiece of your recording setup. Before that though, let me give you a quick overview of what it's all about. AudioFuse Studio is a USB-C 8 analog input interface which comes with 4 preamps based on the DiscretePro technology to ensure the best audio quality. It offers vast connectivity, hands-on control, an included plugin bundle, dedicated computer software called AudioFuse Control Center, and the highest quality audio processing. So whether you are a home producer or an in-the-box mixing engineer in need of a device that will become a hub of your musical setup, AudioFuse Studio is for you. Let's take a look. The first great benefit of using AudioFuse Studio is the fantastic hands-on control approach mixed with the carefully crafted 4 DiscretePro preamps that gives you quick access to crystal clear recordings, signal management, and precise monitoring controls, saving you a lot of precious time. The philosophy is simple. What you see is what you get, with no unnecessary menu diving. The top view starts with the 4 input channels with LED peak meters to inform us about the level and type of incoming signal. This one provides a tactile approach for managing all of your signals coming into the first 4 inputs. There are 4 combo inputs for microphones, instrument or line level devices with preamp and line measurements. Once your audio starts to flow, you can begin the signal management by using controls such as phantom power to power up your mics, the phase inversion when it's needed, the instrument mode for enhancing the passive pickup signals, as well as the pad function to reduce the incoming signal by -20 dB or lift it by +10 dB, which is great for low-level mics such as the Shure SM7 or passive ribbon mic. Below those controls, you also have a gain knob and listen function for each channel. The listen button allows you to listen to one or multiple input channels with your headphones without distraction by muting the audio coming out of the computer. Therefore, keeping the button pressed will allow you to hear only the audio that's coming into any of the 4 inputs, which is really handy for precise mixing. There is more than one setting available for this function, as you can define various pre- and post-fader options, as well as enable or disable both headphone outputs individually. We'll cover the rest in the AudioFuse Control Center part. Onto the monitoring capabilities, the right side of the top panel consists of the monitoring section, which provides everything that you need to be in total control during the recording and playback process. It includes a big and high-quality master volume knob, which sets the loudness of your monitor's playback. The green VU meter displays the output level of all the signal sources, while the blue VU meter defines the playback volume. It feels great and is very precise, just as you need when working on your projects. Next, you have the speaker selector. This is there because AudioFuse Studio allows you to work with 2 sets of monitors. Here you can define which pair you engage at a particular moment. This is a perfect solution for comparing your mix in various systems. There's more to this, as we'll explore the additional speaker settings in the latter part while discussing the AudioFuse Control Center. The main, Q1 and Q2 buttons are for fast and easy mix source selection. If you need to create more than one mix for the recording session, we've got you covered. This is a perfect tool that will enrich your studio sessions and give you more freedom and flexibility. You can create dedicated buses for each mix, such as drums, melodies or vocals, and listen to them separately whenever needed. You can use the dim option by lowering the speaker's level by either 10 or 20 dB. This can all be defined in the AudioFuse Control Center. Finally, you've got the mute and mono buttons for muting the output that is sent to the speakers and switching it to mono to check out and verify how your mixes sound in mono, which is always helpful. You can also use the useful talkback mic for fast communication with your performer. The monitoring area also provides the headphone control section. it contains two identical sets of controls that provide you with all the necessities needed to manage the outgoing signals for yourself and other musicians. The phone section comes with double headphone output with 1/4 and 1/8 inch connectors, so you never have to worry about losing the adapters. Over here you can use the following functions. The level knob will define the output level for both headphone outputs. The mix source selector for Q1 and Q2 sources will send a chosen mix into the headphone outputs, and you can also check your mixes in mono for both headphones. The upper bar contains a few more utility features such as the Bluetooth connectivity, display clock source selector, as well as AudioFuse Studio button for launching the AudioFuse Control Center. You can also use Bluetooth to quickly share ideas and listen to any device that can send your audio through Bluetooth, such as your smartphone. Another great benefit that makes AudioFuse Studio quite special is the vast connectivity that's on the back panel of the unit. This is the area where you will find all the inputs and outputs you will need to create the setups and mixes of your choice. Starting from the left side, it consists of the power section with a supplied DC power adapter that has a special lock to make sure your cable will not disconnect while recording. Next up, there's a USB-C connector for computer, smartphone and tablet connection, as well as the very handy 3-port USB hub to power your master keyboard, USB stick or a dongle. There's also a dedicated speaker output section that we've mentioned before, and DC coupled aux outputs that allow unique actions such as reamping or virtual and modular synthesizer control. This is where the AudioFuse Studio really shines and allows you to be super flexible with various setups, whether recording a guitar band or handling a complex electronic modular system. Then we have an insert section that lets you connect external line level devices such as compressors or EQs to shape the sound of the incoming signals from inputs 1 to 4. This means that AudioFuse Studio is simply as brilliant as a fully fledged mixer, allowing you to be very precise and expandable with your work. You also have the additional 4-line inputs for even more synthesizers, instruments or drum machines, as well as the phono inputs with grounding pin for turntable sampling of your vinyls. This sums up the total 8 analog inputs of this interface, making it a real go-to tool for advanced recording sessions. It's worth noticing the loopback function, which is available through the AudioFuse Control Center. This includes 2 additional loopback input channels, 19 and 20, that are not accessed through the front or rear of the interface. They are connected to a dedicated USB record system, so the output of any application on your computer can be looped back and recorded directly into your music software. This will allow you to work efficiently with video productions, web streaming, or creating podcasts, as well as sampling. Last but not least, you get the additional digital connections consisting of ADAT and SPDIF signal transmission to expand the connectivity with devices such as the AudioFuse 8 Pre, for example, as well as the word clock and SPDIF section for handling coaxial and synchronization signals, plus the very important MIDI in and out with DIN adapters included for all your synthesizer folks who love to control their synths with the DAW sequencers. And another benefit comes down to the amazingly rich software bundle and computer management software, which expands the already great functionality of the AudioFuse Studio hardware. The AudioFuse Control Center software lets you dive deep into the AudioFuse Studio's features to manage all the special settings that are not directly accessible from the top panel. The main view is divided into 3 parts: analog and digital inputs at the top, monitoring mixes in the central part, and the analog plus digital output section at the bottom with the loopback mode included there as well. The input and output sections contain a lot of similar information as the hardware unit, but there are some advantages of going into the AFCC, such as the line levels of the inputs 5 to 8 that you won't see on the hardware. You can also pick different sets of speakers, manage reamping, link 2 auxiliary outputs together, or access the drop-down menu that allows you to select which mix source will be routed to which output. Next up, let's check out the monitoring mix zone, which is placed in the heart of AFCC. Here you can create, define and organize up to 3 mixes, main, Q1 and Q2, All of these can be adjusted independently and sent to any of the unit's outputs. Within each mix, you can access the channel display, master level and its meter, mix selection tabs, as well as add or remove tracks, plus copy the whole mix and group the tracks inside of it. When entering the settings view, you will be presented with 3 tabs. Audio settings lets you decide about the configuration of digital I/O, where you can change the SPDIF type from coaxial to optical depending on your needs. You can change the clock source and sample rate, as well as manage the listen button mode and its routing, setting it to either pre-fader playback, where you can include both headphones output or just one, as well as the solo mode, where you are able to route the signal from main, Q1 or Q2. In this tab, you can also define the auxiliary reamp ground lift, as well as define the settings of the 2 sets of speakers. These are the volume link, trim and dim controls. Here you can change the talkback mode and route it to whatever source you want, as well as manage the Bluetooth routing. The Preferences section, on the other hand, allows changing clipping, peak meter and color threshold options, as well as the buffer size and safe mode settings. The Firmware Update tab allows you to quickly update your unit and the AFCC. As mentioned before, AudioFuse Studio not only gives you everything you need to record top-of-the-line audio, but it also gives you legendary effects and synth sounds to enjoy. AudioFuse Creative Suite includes software tools such as 3 preamps you'll actually use, mini filter, FET76 compressor, Tape 201 delay, Analog Lab Lite, plus Chorus Tune 6 and the Creative Phaser Bitron. This is an ever-evolving collection, so be ready for new software additions along the way. AudioFuse Studio sets new standards in sonic quality, creative production and value by fusing the sound of high-end analog studio consoles with the flexibility of a modern mobile recording interface. With this device, you get everything that matters: hands-on control, vast connectivity, as well as a fantastic software bundle and functionality extension. Make sure to drop us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.